Hi there, I am the Canadian Zangief, and welcome back to another episode of Diablo 4 Plague. So we're continuing on from where we left off, jumped a little bit ahead. We're now, I believe, inside the Chancellor's tomb. Looks like we just missed a tiny little segment of just going inside. Of course, there's me in the as the wizard, your Canadian Zangief, and my wife Jenny as the female demon hunter, and my good friend Jared as the male demon hunter, and his wife Joanne as the female barbarian. So we're starting to get a little bit into the curve of things a little bit more. Jared and Joanne are picking things up kind of nicely, and yeah, we're doing pretty good. We're all around level 9 right now, and yeah, we're gonna, at the very least, I think, take down the Skeleton King tonight, or at least get part of the way there. Jeez, I really shouldn't have taken this to such a hard difficulty setting. But I mentioned it in the last video a little bit that this is still recording off the same footage that we did that day when we all got together. My original intention, as I mentioned in the last video, was to record all of us talking and so forth through the gameplay. Unfortunately, PlayStation Network has been having some problems in result of the DDS attack from the Lizard Squad. Hooray. Things seem to be back to normal now, but of course, this is weeks past the recording of this footage, so I'm just gonna have to dub over top and, do a terrible job of it. And of course, my cat has to bother me through the entire thing. Go away. Yeah. I've been kind of slacking a bit on the video making. I have to admit, I've been a little bit preoccupied with Final Fantasy XIV. And not in a good sense, because I haven't been, recording any footage for my Return to Eorzea series that I've been doing, which is kind of unfortunate, but I've been having entirely too much fun playing that game, and I've been losing track of time. I was originally getting 2 videos out a week. I haven't done anything in the past week and a half. It's just consuming all of my time, and part of that reason, I think, is because I finally managed to convince my wife to start playing it, and she's just as hooked as I am, and we've got some other local friends and a couple friends of hers from PlayStation Network that that jumped on and started playing with us. So it's really sweet. Hopefully I can figure out some PlayStation Network things and maybe be able to get some real audio from some of the other people playing with us. That would be really nice. That'd be a nice touch. So unfortunately, when I pick up my my next episode of Return to Eorzea, I'll be a little bit further along than I was in the previous one, but that's okay. Manglemaw. I'd almost wish that they had carried on one of the Diablo traditions from the first and the second one with some of the ridiculous names that they had. Like, yeah, there's Joanne clicking buttons again, in and out of the damn door. The original legend, special weapons, magic weapons that you would find in the first and second game, it would all have these ridiculous prefix and affixes. So it would be like massive broadsword of demon slaying, you know, as just a base example. And some of them would just be like so long-winded and ridiculous sounding. But, you know, I guess they decided to take it a little bit different angle with it. Probably just streamline it a bit, I guess. Oh yes. Well, looks like we picked the right tomb to get to the Chancellor. This looks like it's the right way. I've moved up to using the static shock. I usually don't use it, but I just figured what the heck, seem to be doing a little bit better in this hard play. Yes, there is Leoric's crown.
No, I will not
Stupid Chancellor.
Leoric back to this world.
Blah blah blah. Worthless tooltips. I've picked up a magic item. Okay, there's no need to fiddle around with this crap.
You found the crown.
Just fix the darn crown.
There. New as the day it was placed upon the Black King's head. I need something more than making it.
Then follow.
Blah 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 blah. Oh look, everyone's fiddling around. Garbage. Once again, Jen playing with the macros and the skills, and she doesn't really need to right now.
I have the crown. The skeleton.
My dearest Hedrick, do not feel despair, my love. You did
And I'd like to take this moment. I kind of left off my my regular season of Canadian Zangief just off in the middle of nowhere. I had originally attempted to make a video saying I'm going to be entering my off season and I'm going to be doing these Let's Plays, you know, just to keep content coming out. But it turns out I ended up winning a contest from another YouTuber that I'm quite the fan of, the Atari Creep. I really like the stuff he puts out. He's another small channel just like myself, you know, and you know, gotta support each other and everything, and he's a really nice guy. So I won his I believe, I can't remember how many subscriber contest it was, but he's sending me a giant box of stuff, and he's been having some real life issue stuff, you know, that he has to take care of. So he hasn't been able to get it out yet, and that's cool. I've been in touch with him, you know, everything's all good. But I've been holding off on doing that last video because I was hoping to do like opening the box, and going through everything on video. However, that hasn't happened yet, so I just can keep pushing it off, and pretty soon I'm going to be starting my my actual new season. I haven't decided when I'm doing it yet. It's probably going to be maybe in a month or so. And I have been doing pickups all the way through this time. So my plan is to keep on hoarding it like this, and then I'm going to kind of break it up in several videos and go over everything I've picked up. It's been a lot of stuff, a lot of garbage, you know, situations that hopefully I've cleared, but I'll get into that in the future. Okay, enough in town. Let's go already. The other thing too, I'm kind of trying to play around with a little bit. I'm trying to get into a little bit of retro PC games. Like, I played a lot in the mid '90s when I was in junior high school and high school, and you know, I never really got into them again until recent. Like one series in particular, I recall very fondly, and that's the Exile series. Very, very, very primitive graphics, like, by today's standards. But I remember playing it like crazy back in the day. And I managed to track down the company, Spiderweb Software. And they actually have it all as shareware. It took me a heck of a long time to actually get it to run on a modern PC. But with the suggestion of some of the members of the video game community, local video game community, I was able to get it running on virtual PC. And that just totally brought me back. It doesn't run that smooth though, so I'm kind of on the lookout for a more authentic vintage Windows 95 machine kind of thing, so it'll run a lot smoother. There's some lag involved. I don't know if I can get rid of it. I don't think it's going to be my PC being too weak to handle the emulator, because my computer's pretty good. Maybe I just have to fiddle with the settings or something. But long story short, I picked up a USB floppy drive, and I've kind of been restoring some of these games to a 3.5 diskette format and splitting them up like that. And I'm going to try to do some custom casing for those discs and keep them, you know, on optimal conditions so they stand the test of time. I'll be using new diskettes, so you know, it's higher chance of them surviving, you know, another decade. Yes, people still do make diskettes. You just gotta really look for them. Yeah, it's something I'm kind of enjoying. I've kind of had made some makeshift boxes. I'll go over it later. I haven't nailed down exactly how I want to do it yet. It's still kind of figuring out some of the physical aspects of the box that I want to do. Whether I want to do printed out custom labels that on like sticker paper kind of thing, and adhere it right to the box, or do I want to somehow put a clear sleeve on it and use inserts. Although I would love to do the inserts, I haven't quite figured out how I could possibly do that yet. I know I could do the sticker paper thing because I have some that I use for cartridges without labels. Just I know that it doesn't add to value or anything, and replacing cartridge labels is, you know, in some people it lessens the value, but I consider it, you know, the carts don't have a label, so they don't have a label, so any additional labels I put on it would just be for my own satisfaction. Of course, I don't make them high enough grade that they could be anywhere possibly mistaken, and I definitely make them variant artwork, so any purists don't have to get uppity. I hate all those guys run away. So irritating. Run away, summon some skeletons. Run away, summon some skeletons. Yes. So yeah, I have been meaning to go over a lot more of the custom casing thing. A lot of you guys have seen bits and pieces of my collection, and you've seen some of my labels and everything, but I haven't really gone into how I do some of them, and I've been meaning to make a video of some of that for a long while now. And I believe in my introduction video that I did when I first started, I did say I was going to be doing stuff like that, and it just has not happened yet. But this season for sure I'm going to get on some of those tutorials and include some of my sources that I find all this from. I'm not going to post a file to all of my covers that I've made, because there's a lot that I have, and I don't really have the cloud space for that. If there's any requests for anything, I can definitely look through my collection and provide anyone with anything I have on a situation by situation basis, because that'd be a little bit more easy to handle than going crazy and putting everything up, which would be like gigs and gigs and gigs of data. It's bad enough that these YouTube videos take forever to upload and maintain and keep backups of. I had lofty ideas of, backing up all the videos I've had so far onto DVDs, but it'll work for all of them, I think, except for the Let's Plays. For some reason, the PlayStation 4 extracts massive videos. They're just monstrous. I think one of these half an hour Let's Plays that I've been doing, usually that's the length of them that I've been doing, is about like 7 gigs, 7 or 8 gigabytes. It's ridiculous, and I don't know why it has to be that big, because YouTube downscales it so much that there's no way it's that big. But not too much I can do about that, I guess. I'm worried that if I lower the size, that it'll downscale it even more, and then I'll just have a horrible product. Not that it's that much better anyways, where you're hearing me blather on over some gameplay. Smoke screen. Not an upgrade. Cormac. You're such a wad. I'm free.
Help me find my gear. I will reward you well.
Help me get my armor.
Tell me, what brought
Sure
you to
thing.
this place? I must kill the skeleton king.
Oh, we're all level 11. I'm about to 12. It's not bad. So I was originally hesitating on making a Canadian Zangief Facebook page, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it. When I started doing these Let's Plays, I stopped sharing them on my original Facebook, my normal personal Facebook page. Prior to, for my normal videos, I used to always share it on there. But I find that I don't want to bother people with that may not be interested in these retro video game Let's Plays and my pickup videos and all that kind of stuff. I'd much rather switch over to a Facebook page, so I think I'm going to be making that up in the next week or so. And when I do, I'll post links to it, and I'll start trying to get it around. So then I'll actually be posting things on hopefully a regular basis, and little things that I find, or some like little cool little tidbits here and there, and a little bit more of a way that I can communicate on a regular basis, even if I'm really tied up or really mired in addiction of some game and I can't seem to bring myself to record anything. That at least I can share a little bit here and there. And I definitely have learned a lot of things from being in the YouTube retro review pickups, video community, especially with a lot of the small channels, that you can really come together and like really support each other, and it really helps make everything kind of worthwhile in the end, because a lot of you've gone through a lot of the same struggles, like there's the usual thing between the small channels, and big channels have it too, if they're really into that kind of complex. If you lose like a subscriber or a handful, and you're suddenly figuring out what did you do wrong? Like, did I say something to irritate someone, or am I not interesting enough? Well, I'm not, but that's besides the point. It can get you down, and I know there's a few guys that it really gets to them, and I try to be as positive as I can with a lot of YouTubers that I frequent, because if stuff like that happens to me, it gets me down. I try to roll with it all, but there's something you can do about it, and you can't please everyone. I've definitely learned that for sure. You definitely cannot please everyone, but you gotta at least please yourself. Let's not go anywhere with that. But if you're happy to watch your own videos, I think that's enough. Anything else beyond that is just gravy, just gravy. Oh, these stupid guys explode. Those gremlins come out to eat that. There's so many extra mobs in the hard difficulty setting. I don't really notice it when I'm playing with a leveled character, because you crank it right up to torment, which is like the hardest difficulty setting when you're leveled up. But when you're just like leveling in general and you still don't have the gear, like you really feel that difficulty curve in this game. Okay, come on, Jared, hurry up. just in case anyone's lost track, of course I am player 2, the blue wizard. My wife is the orange hunter, player 1. Jared is the green hunter, player 3, and Joanne is the purple barbarian, player 4. Although it is kind of irritating that I couldn't get a lot of the gameplay, or the gameplay audio of us playing and, you know, arguing and fighting. I have to say, it's kind of nice a little bit to just sit and talk over it and just dump whatever's on my head. Whether or not you find that entertaining or not is besides the point. But it's kind of cool. Not really staying too much on the game itself, it seems. It's more of just a background thing. But that's okay. I'd like to take another moment here to mention that Thrift Dweller Nate, Thrift Dwellers are pretty much the reason why I got into this whole YouTube channel production for Canadian Zangief. They gave me the name and, you know, pushed me and encouraged me to get further. And Thrift Dweller Nate has recently started another channel called BFGReview, and that's reviewing like video game related toys and collectibles. Really cool stuff. He's a super nice guy, and, you know, I'm pleased to count him as one of my friends. And yeah, if you're into that kind of thing, definitely check out his channel. I'll leave a link below. One of the reviews he was doing was for Dragon Cane Play Arts for Final Fantasy IV from Squeenix. And I'm definitely jealous of that figure. Although I don't like the variant paint job and the one he has. It is more rare, but I like the classic colors on it. I don't like the yellow tinge on the legs and so forth. But it is still a beautiful figure. Well worth the hefty price tag. Getting so close to Skeleton King. It's taking so long.
Keep your distance from it. This burden is mine to bear. May death bring peace from your madness, Leon.
As I try to urge everyone to hurry the F up.
You dare to bring the wand of life into my tomb?
Stupid summon towers. DPS, damn it! Uh-oh, looks like someone's dying. It might be me. Will this be the first time I go down? Nope.
Need more time.
Wizard power for the win. Alright, let's go. We're getting trapped here. Damn it, you lazy frickin' demon hunters. Get over here. Alright, now we have to come back because you're stuck. Oh, crap.
We have just arrived in Tristram. I must say, I'm a bit dismayed.
Okay,
This
seriously.
place is a backwater filled with
Come
souls
on.
and an ancient broken-down monastery. Hardly fit for the
Get over here, Jared.
I cannot fathom why Lazarus
Now
is
Joanne's
so
stuck.
intent on this becoming our new seat of power.
Hey, and we're at Leoric, the Skeleton King. Just through that big door right there. I'm gonna push and hurry everyone's ass up.
Young Albrecht seems to be enjoying himself in our new home, however. Perhaps I am simply suffering from an imbalance of humors brought on by the recent change of climate.
Okay, let's go. No pissing around. Okay. Well, it looks like we're going to be doing the Skeleton King next time. Thanks for watching. I'm the Canadian Zangief. This is my wife Jennifer, my good friend Jared, and his wife Joanne. And we'll see you next time on Diablo 4 Play.